Hey everyone, I'm Loryn Stone with Toy Wizards, that's toy-wizards.com, and I'm back for another spontaneous toy review. And today's video is sponsored by Game Bubble Shop, so big thank you to Game Bubble Shop for your constant support, awesomeness, and for sending us stuff to look at today. So, what will we be checking out together? We will be looking at the brand new Sailor Moon SH Figuarts Animation Color Edition. Game Bubble Shop is super awesome because they are collectors themselves. So within the store, they do have brand new items. They do not offer pre-orders yet, but they have new stock for very fair prices. And because, again, they're collectors, they have toys and collectibles that may be from last season or an exclusive from a show, and you may not be able to find anywhere else, and you don't want to pay those overinflated prices on the secondary market. So check out Game Bubble Shop, links in the description below. Give them some love and let them know that Toy Wizard sent you. Within the box of goodies that was sent to me by Game Bubble Shop, we have this adorable Squirrel Girl Whittles 2018 Entertainment Earth exclusive, and a Wingardium Leviosa, also 2018 Entertainment Earth Swish and Flick. My daughter's gonna be like, ooh, a magic wand. I'm like, go outside and get a stick. This one's mine, kid. Today, we're gonna focus on the new SH Figuarts Sailor Moon Animation Color Edition from Bandai. And yes, we're gonna open this. SH Figuarts have this sort of in the toy community and collectible world. I have a trauma story where I purchased two when the Power Ranger Samurai Red and Gold Ranger came out at Toys R Us. I was like blown away. I'd never seen a Figuarts before, and this is like, what, 2011? And I bought them, and they were beautiful, and I took them out of the box and just had them standing in my case. And then when I tried to pose the Red Ranger, snap, his hip joint. And that's something we hear about all the time with Figuarts, the hip joint. So while I'm not dismissing the NECA fans who are upset that their NECA toys break, at the $75 price point, I don't want my Figuarts to break. So again, we will be opening this one, and I want to see if that joint is any better. I'm not going to try to break it or anything weird. Oh no, no, this is not going to be that review on purpose. But let's open it up and see. A few years back, just tons of Sailor Moon SH Figuarts hit the market. It was phenomenal. I'd never seen anything like it. It was somewhere around when Crystal debuted. They had these, they had Crystal versions of the characters, and then they had sort of this generic, where it sort of looked like the 90s anime, but it sort of didn't, but the characters were very recognizable. I would not have thought them to not be animation color unless I was specifically told. And then, of course, we have, the Figuarts Zero statues, and we have just some beautiful... It's funny, yeah, there's non-articulated ones. I'll show you. I have this one. I have this sitting Sailor Moon. I don't even remember what came in the box with her at this point because I opened her because she sits. So I had her sitting with me while I worked. She has the Sailor Moon R star locket. And yeah, she's super adorable. Super, super cute. It's always interesting to me how the tiaras are interpreted as gold when in the anime, to me, they were always yellow. So when cosplayers do their Sailor Moon cosplays, they always have these gold tiaras, and I'm like, why do you do that? They're yellow. To me, it would make it look more animation color and it would pop, but to each their own. So I have this one, super cute, little underpants. She's just hanging out. And I have this one, and this was for probably the 20th anniversary. Yeah, this is for the 20th anniversary. Super Sailor Moon. I should have opened her, but I did not. This is from, do we have a year? I don't know what Bandai's vendetta is against accessible years. I swear, all my Sailor Moon toys, all of my Power Ranger, my Megazords, I can't find a goddamn year on any part of this fucking box. Here's Super Sailor Moon. And around the same time, we had all of the villains coming out. We had the Black Lady one that's so popular. We had all the Inner Senshi. We don't have the Starlights. It's never gonna happen. They made a Black Lady SH Figuarts and they didn't make a Sailor Starfighter, bro. Come on! Always want to see more villains. We'll see what happens with the new Sailor Moon Eternal movie coming out. What's interesting about this older one, this Super Sailor Moon, is that to me, like, she looks like a computer rendering. Like, she doesn't look like Sailor Moon, the cartoon character. She looks like she would in, like, a fighting game or in the Universal Studios 4D experience. Like, to me, she kind of looks like that. That's just my opinion. Those Figuarts are bootlegged to shit. I went to one of those Korean Japanese lifestyle stores in the mall once and just saw a bunch of them because those toys run for about $80 plus. And I saw a Sailor Venus for $35. Sometimes they don't know what they're selling and sometimes they don't care. And so it's our job to be intelligent buyers, or if you don't care if you're buying a bootleg, buy the bootleg. So let's open this one up. She comes with 4 faces, which is very generous. Crying Usagi, Determined Usagi, Bright Face Usagi, and Oshiokyo face. Because really, that's the only time she makes that face, is when she says, you know, Ski ni kawate Oshiokyo. Box. Let's look at the box here. I don't know if I'm in love with this box, which makes it even easier to open. All the girls, the inner senshi, all come in their color coordinated box. Red, blue, green, orange, yellow, orange, yellow. You know what I'm talking about. So they all come in their different boxes. It still says 25th anniversary. We know that Sailor Moon's creeping up on its 30th anniversary. You feel old yet? And so there will be new boxes coming up soon. Do you guys remember in about 2005-ish, when that whole product campaign of Sailor Moon World stuff came out? Maybe it was earlier. Maybe it was like 2001. Maybe it was before the Pretty Guardian live action TV series popped up. That show was interesting. I watched it. I watched all the early stage musicals too. Let me know if you want to have a conversation on that. We'll do a video for PopLurker. But Sailor Moon World was weird. It was a collection of like stickers and calendars, and I was so hopeful that we'd be getting new manga. There's so many unexplored angles and talking points in Sailor Moon and things that we could go into. We all wanted to, at the time, and I'm sure today too, see an arc about Chibiusa and the asteroid Senshi. We all wanted to see a prequel about the Sailor Starlights and the war on their planet leading up to them coming to Earth to find their princess. We know Galaxia terrorized their planet, and so they ran away after the spirit of their princess, you know, left their planet and went into an incense burn, whatever the shit. There's so many unexplored angles. I would love to see a Queen Beryl sequel where maybe there was like a Maleficent story where maybe there was a little something between her and Endymion, and she, for not a reason like in the anime or in the manga where it's like, oh, she loved him and she didn't get him, so now she hates the Moon Princess. No. Like maybe there was a thing. Maybe he made some promises and then went off with this like cute little sweet chick. I will tell you, as a big, bold, crazy, aggressive chick, they pretend they want you, but then here comes along little soft-spoken girl, and then they go with her, and you're like, uh-huh, that made sense for the 1000th time. Here we go. What were we talking about? Inside the box, we have, I guess, what could be a backdrop. Beautiful crystal with the sparkles. Looks like the sparkles are falling. That's how I'm interpreting it. Look at this Luna. Oh my god. Thank you for getting her eye color right. I've been seeing more merchandise popping up. Maybe it's because manga, where her eyes are blue. And they've always been this lovely copper. They've always been this coppery brown. And again, animation color. So again, if they were blue in the manga and they were blue in the movie when she turned human, sure, you know, maybe we'll get blue eyes. I don't even remember if they're blue in crystal. Oh, I'll have to do some research like right now. Look at this animation color. This is my first time touching a Figuarts in about 10 years. So, you know, I'm not going to play with her hips too much because I think this is not for weirdo reasons. But yeah, like I can tell that kind of might want to pop. So we got to be careful. but she's very slim. My Power Rangers were chunkier. They had more muscle and bigger legs and stuff. What are you trying to say? What are you trying to say? But yeah, this Sailor Moon is tiny. She's tiny, tiny. Let's look at her next to this statue Figuarts. Her hair on this one is a more marigold blonde, while this one is yellow, yellow, yellow. I studied my Crayolas, so that's what we're going with. But we have a more cherry or candy apple red as opposed to fire truck red. Red, 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 like primary color red here on the bow, on the choker, but this one has more of a red with a little bit of blue tones in them. Again, for that candy apple, cinnamon candy, fireball red, a little bit of blue tone in there. Her skirt is sort of a little more on the purple spectrum too, a little more indigo in there, I would say, as opposed to this one, but those colors are very similar to me. I'm not seeing as much of a difference between these blues as I'm seeing with the reds, which are completely different colors. And again, the yellows are completely different colors. Her sweet little face. We have gold on the earrings, gold on the choker, gold on the brooch. And this is the season 1. That's the season 1 Moon Prism Power brooch, as opposed to this one, which we said season 2, which is the Moon Crystal Power brooch. 7 extra hands. Oh, look, you can pose her completely. So we have this little hand, which is the, you know, Oshokyo. She has peace sign. We have this hand, which looks to me like for grabbing the wand. And then we have 3 fists, which are all the same except for like left or right. Look at the little teeth. We have our faces. I like the packaging here, so you won't lose them. This is nice. Should we change her face? Let's change her face. And we also have her moon stick, moon healing escalation. This is, again, for the first part of season 1. We don't have the big chunky moon crystal Ginzu show in the middle of it, which happens during the Zoisite arc in Sailor Moon, after she gets all of the 7 rainbow crystals, and then we get the big chunky thing on it, and that's not going to happen here. This is just the moon stick, season 1, moon healing escalation. What do they say after that? Is it refresh? Refresh! Refresh? Yeah, it's not lovely. That's season 3. Refresh. Don't ask me about politics or news or anything important or math or anything I learned in school, but refresh. Moon healing escalation. I always want to see how easy it is or is not to do. One thing that's very interesting here, look at her hair. There's actually, you may be able to see it, but over here there's airbrushing. So we have the marigold, and then it darkens at the tips of her bangs. That's a beautiful touch. Really good paint on this. So far, what I'm thinking with this toy is if you never bothered to collect any of the Sailor Moon SH Figuarts, then this is a great one for you, especially as a nice, wonderful homage to the 90s anime, which we don't really get because it's either crystal or this blurred line where this is Sailor Moon. You recognize it as Sailor Moon, but is it specifically the anime? I don't know. But this one is specifically the anime. So again, if you've never collected a Sailor Moon SH Figuarts, then this is a great one to add to your collection. If you already have all of them and you just need to collect all of them, this is a great one to add to your collection. If you are a casual Sailor Moon collector and you have one that looks like this already, maybe you'll skip this one. Maybe you'll skip this one this time. Look at that! Oh my gosh, the face pops in and out super easy. Super, super easy. Her hands are up. No! I'm also waiting for an Eternal Sailor Moon SH Figuarts, as I have been for 1,000 years. I've never purchased an Eternal Sailor Moon doll. They did have a nice line of them from Japan back in the day, but who had that money? I didn't have that money as a kid. My goodness gracious. I might need to change her face for this one because it doesn't work. I have her hands. So we have the wand. Is this the wand hand? I have the wand in this hand. I have the in that hand, and she's still screaming. But let's do Determined. Let's do Determined. I was talking about the Sailor Moon album, the North American release the other day with a friend, and he was like, oh, Starry Night, you know, Ray singing Oh Starry Night, and I was like, bro, Carry On, Rainy Day Man. I bought that CD when I was 13. I ordered it from my local shop, and it took them 2 weeks to get it. That was back in the day. And then I listened, and I got it, and I listened to it obsessively, and I was a little embarrassed because it was like dopey. But my love for Sailor Moon and like the songs superseded my embarrassment. That's being a teenager for you. That's just teenage life. These hands go on really nicely, I'll say that. It's all wonky. Do you guys remember the 3DO opening where they're all bouncing around like puppets, like for the game, the 3DO game? There we go. All right, that looks a little better. Moon Healing Escalation! I was so convinced I was going to be a voice actress for one of the dubs one day. It never happened. All of us used to. I've seen some people dancing the transformation sequences on YouTube where you're like, look at you go, dude. Like, that's fantastic. Love it, love it, love it. So again, this is a good toy. It did not break in my hand. I am happy. And now I have a new beautiful Sailor Moon toy to pose. I don't remember my old Figuarts having stands. I'm pretty sure that I leaned them against the glass on the shelf and hoped for the best. They fell. Spoiler, they fell. Like a claw machine. Do you see that? Oh my gosh, that's nuts. It makes me think of that season 1 episode with the game master who would cheat and like use his telekinesis or whatever for, you know, to win prizes in the UFO machine. She stands. She stands a little awkwardly, but she stands. So that's all I got for you guys today. I'm Loryn Stone with Toy Wizards. That's toy-wizards.com. Stick with our site daily for toy news, reviews, articles, listicles, snarticles, editorials, opinion pieces, and everything you want out of the toy world and toy collecting. Be good, be safe, have fun, keep collecting, and I'll catch you for the next one. Bye!